Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. I am back from the final Charlotte Comicon of 2025, held at the time of this video was last weekend, normally in Concord, North Carolina, but was moved to Charlotte due to some renovations at our normal venue. But dealers there had a lot of great deals, and was able to pick up some stuff I don't see very often, as well as plug some holes. So just thought I'd kind of go through not necessarily a quick video because of the amount of what I've got, but always find it interesting to see what other people pick up. So we'll start off with my just kind of what I call my miscellaneous stack. So we've got the new Skybound G.I. Joe 301. This is a second printing. I picked it up mainly for Scarlett, being one of my favorite Joes from back in the day. And then kind of sticking with that same theme, found Mask #1 from DC Comics. Did not have that. I had some of the other issues, but had not found #1. And then found an issue of Transformers Regeneration 1, cover B, issue 99. So I'm slowly finishing that run. Another company from the 2000s that I enjoyed was Awesome Comics, and I've got most of what they put out. I'm pretty much just being a completionist with their stuff since there's not a lot of it. And I ran across this preview issue of Kaboom. This was a Jeff Matsuda creator online, but I believe this is well, I thought it was Adam Polina art, but it may not be. Turns out this is just actually a flip book. They had a lot of flip books, and this is an issue of Coven, which was the main title I enjoyed. So I actually already had that, but I'll leave it flipped around in the bag and board that way. Jada Pinkett Smith had a very small comic with Awesome called Menace. This is the Rob Liefeld cover, which I don't particularly enjoy that much, but you know, when you're a completionist. The last vendor I went to, I was ready to go. It was hot, it was cramped, my back was hurting, but I'm glad I took a peek in his dollar boxes, because I was able to find some stuff that don't often see, and that would be Buffy, the 8th season, or season 8, from Darkhorse. This is the 4th printing of issue 1. I love the painted covers for this series, and I do have first printing of #1, but this is also a pretty cool cover, so grab that. Issue 2, they have the 3rd printing, which is pretty much the same as the regular cover, but it's got the old school coloring style. And they also had a 4th printing, which was kind of like the Virgin cover, so I went ahead and grabbed both of those. Issue 3, another great cover. This is the 3rd printing of that. Beautiful cover. And then we skip over to issue 5. These covers are some of my favorite. Was able to grab issue 12. Issue 18. And then of a related series that I completely forgot about, of course there's a Buffy season 9 comic, but they also did an Angel and Faith, which I did not even have on my CLZ list. So we got found a couple here. So we got issue 4, we got issue 5, issue 6, one of my favorite covers, issue 7 with Drusilla on it. And unfortunately weren't able to find any others, but nice little start to that run. If you remember the first DC Marvel crossover, the Amalgam comics, I'm slowly piecing those together and have a good many of them, but surprisingly did not have Bat-Thing. Another DC series, science fiction series working on is Thriller. And with the haul from last week, that pretty much helps me finish this run. We have issue 4, issue 5, issue 6, 7, and 8. And these were obviously not bagged and boarded in the box, but they are in fantastic shape. Really surprised. Another comics company that I'm kind of going completionist on is the Malibu Comics, more specifically the Ultraverse, and was able to find a few issues. So we got issue 24 of Mantra, her second volume. This is the last issue, going up against Topaz from Ultraforce, and they actually had 2. So I grabbed both of them. These, I think that was 50 cents. Another Ultraforce title, Prime. This is towards the end of his series. So we got issue 26, and then they were doing a storyline, the origin of Prime, and you can see this was part 3, and then part 5 was in a little mini series of his called Power of Prime. I think this cover is absolutely ridiculous, but you know, buying it for the story. Many of you may laugh or roll your eyes, but yes, I am working on a Valiant Comics Turok the Dinosaur Hunter run, and was able to put a massive a hole in the plug a massive hole in the set. So starting with issue 8, jumping ahead to 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and then skip a few issues to 27. So that puts me, I'm only, I don't know, like 2 or 3 issues away. So excited about that. So that is like the oddball stack. Then we'll move over to Top Cow, the publisher that I've more recently been kind of focused on, but a book that I used to have a big chunk of the run, got rid of it, kicked myself for doing that, and that is Ascension. I not only did I really enjoy David Finch's art, but I really enjoyed the story with this title, and I'm just not finding issues, at least in the the dollar bins or whatever that I typically look at. This is the Wizard 1/2. Does have the certificate of authenticity, but very happy to find that. It was the only one that I could find, only Ascension book that I could find. And a lot of the bins I went through were not normally dollar bins. They were, $3 bins that had been marked down or whatever the case may be. Picked up this 2003 Top Cow Book of Revelations. You can see we've got Witchblade, we've got Evo, Ripclaw, The Darkness. I believe a lot of these next ones were in bins that were labeled $10, but now they were $2. We've got the Dark Crossings, Dark Clouds Rising from Top Cow, and again, this is multiple characters. We've got Witchblade, Tomb Raider, and the Darkness. From like round 2 of the Top Cow Marvel crossover, we've got the Darkness and the Incredible Hulk. We've got Evo, number 3. From the first volume of Michael Turner's Fathom, we have issue 12. That is the main cover, I believe. And then that is the variant. Issue 13. And then over on Aspen Comics, so this would be, I think, like volume 2 or 3. I don't remember. I have to check my app. But we've got issue 7, cover A. Issue 9, cover A. I did find issue 3 of Medieval's Spawn and Witchblade. So I believe I just need it's either 1 or 2, because I already had one of them. Not something that was not necessarily on my radar, because I don't typically look at anything but the dollar boxes or below, but I was able to get a Tomb Raider number 1. Tomb Raider number 2 for not the sticker price. And this, I'll be honest, I don't know anything about it, but it was a mini series with Top Cow. They had the whole thing, so in the dollar box, so I grabbed it. It is a series called Vice, and it does look like Tyler Kirkham was the penciler. So I got. And again, they had the whole mini-series, so they had 1, issue 2, issue 3, and issue 4. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Witchblade, not something that I have many of. Probably will go for some trades at some point, but we got a nice pencil sketch variant cover to issue 103 by Michael Turner. Back to the Marvel crossover with Top Cow, we've got Witchblade and the Punisher. Another Wizard 1/2, we have Witchblade and Tomb Raider, and it as well has the authenticity. Another Marvel crossover, Witchblade and Wolverine. And then was able to find 2 issues of a series called Dreams of the Dark Child, which I don't know if this was a creator-owned publication. It's Dark Child. Well, it's got to be. It's Dark Child Entertainment. I was not even aware of these, but I found at one dealer, I found issue 1. And then at another dealer, I found issue 2, so I grabbed both of those. And then from the original Maximum Press run of Dark Child, I found I found issue 1. This was the magazine variant cover. And then not Top Cow, but we've got Tony Daniels, Noctera. This is the Val special. This is the main cover that Tony did, and you can see that it's also got Spawn there. Or, excuse me, I know this was a variant. I'll take that back. I did not have this one. I think I had either the regular one or one of the variants. But yeah, there was a lot of different covers, but I did not have that cover, and I liked it a lot better. And now we'll get to Marvel. So we've got Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade number 1. This is the Ron Lim variant, which I absolutely adore. Ron Lim, one of my favorite artists. Already had issue 1, but I had the main cover. But the rest of the series, I had the Lim variants. And I may start a small Ron Lim cover art box. So that was a must, and it was in the dollar box. 50-cent box. At the end of the day, I found a run of Black Wolf from Marvel. I used to remember more about the character. It's been a while. Don't see his book very often. I only need 2 to now finish the run. I need the first and the last issue, because I was able to find issues 2, issues 3. Oh, excuse me. I'll need 3 issues because they didn't have 4. So it jumps to 5. Issue 6. Issue 7. I think I already had 8 according to my app. So there's 9. Okay, I did get the last issue, 10. It was just 10 issues before it got canceled. So yeah, it's either 1 or 2 that I need to finish off that run. And again, when I come across big chunks of things of a series, it's really hard to pass up. Don't ask me which volume this is. They did revert back to the legacy numbering at this time, but this Captain America 612. I sold a lot of the stuff that I had. I bought a lot of this stuff off the cover, or off the rack when it was new, and I'm not sure if I'm going to piece together all of it, but I did decide to at least go back to some of the legacy numbering. And we got the oversized 616th issue. And then these next little stack is more or less an impulse buy, if you will, just because they were a good deal and they had a big consecutive run, and I just kind of cherry picked what I thought looked cool. Would be Conan. So we got issue 84, which actually is the first appearance of Zula, which I'm only familiar with the Grace Jones character from the movie. Issue 86, issue 88. These are all in great shape. I hate the old bags that they're in. I will get these all bagged and boarded, but we have issue 89. Jump a little to issue 98. 103. And they probably had a good 75 issue run consecutively of this, of the Conan the Barbarian. But I just had a few bucks left. I needed to kind of round out my stack, so I grabbed those at $1 each. I just felt like that was a good deal. Marvel Knights, Daredevil. Again, another one I'm slowly piecing together. So we got issue 26. Here's another one that was in the 50-cent box that I started this run, but I had some holes. That was the M-Tech line featuring Deathlock. So there's issue 4, issue 5, issue 6, issue 7, and issue 8. The only book I bought from this vendor was in his dollar box. Couldn't leave this behind. Don't have anything else from this title, but Double Dragon #2. I mean, if you grew up in the time frame I grew up in, you probably dropped a lot of quarters into that cabinet, so grab that. These were specifically for the cover. I had started to make a list of Ron Lim covers, and so I grabbed Excalibur issue 8 and 26, specifically for the Ron Lim cover. Incredible Hulk, again, another title I'm working on. Found a few issues to fill holes. We have 394, and we have 410. Good Gary Frank art. We have the second printing of New Warriors #1, which was the title that got me into comics in the first place. I run across either printing of #1 and I'm buying it just for nostalgia. Second volume of Punisher, another title, again, that I am getting so close to finishing off. But sometimes, you know, it's always the issues at the end that are going to be the toughest and more expensive to purchase. But sometimes those early to middle issues can elude me. But I was able to put together a little bit of a run. We have issue 23, 26, 27, 28, 29, 32, 39, jump ahead to issue 70, and then I believe this is the third volume, when it was on the Marvel Edge imprint. I don't see these very often, so I was really excited to find these. So we got issue 4, number 9, 10, 13, 15, and the final issue, 18. So just about have pieced that whole line together. That one crossed over with, that's during the time of the Onslaught. So we had, there was, I think it's issue 11 is the one you see more often because it's a crossover with the Onslaught storyline that was going on in the Marvel Universe at that time. We got a Punisher Armory miniseries with issue 1 and 3. Over to War Journal. Getting close to the end of the stack. Issue 5. Issue 11. 34. This other series going at the time was Warzone. So we have 26 and 36. And then kind of coupled with those Conans from earlier, we have Red Sonja. We have issue 2, issue 3, and issue 4. Not bagged or boarded, obviously. Found Typhoid #3. It's a 4-issue limited series, so that almost completes that. Same thing with the, if you remember the M2 comics that Marvel was doing, I needed ANX #1 to finish out that series. And first time I found an issue of Wild Thing, issue 2. And then I do pick up some of the old Marvel UK stuff. I'm not sure why I had Motormouth on the list, but did run across the first issue, so grabbed that. Again, I did not pay the sticker price for any of that stuff, as there were deals to be had all Sunday afternoon. So that is basically my haul from the final Comic-Con, Charlotte Comicon of 2025. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you back with the next haul, whenever that may be.